So the new iPhone 11s are here, shiny, pristine, and they smell like a Foxconn factory. My go-to cases for the iPhone 11 right now include products from Urban Armor Gear, Moshi, Rhino Shield, Loopy, Catalyst, Ghostek, Spigen, Pataka, and Speck. Now the best case out of that group right now is actually the case from Mouse, specifically the Mouse Limitless 3.0. 3.0, not 2, 3. At MobileReviewsEh, Monty and I base all our reviews on actual usage, and we've been doing this for years now. From $1 AliExpress cases to $300 Element cases, from fidget spinner cases to multi-tool cases, I've literally seen it all, and rated them all, and dropped iPhones in them. I will note that certain cases will work better for the iPhone 11 than the 11 Pros and Pro Maxes, so I will point those out as we go along. Now, if you've got a good idea of which case you're going to get, do check out the pinned comment for this video to see if I've secured a discount code for you guys. Now, some of the cases shown in the videos are for last year's iPhones, but since the general dimensions of the iPhone hasn't really changed in the last couple of years, well, it just means that the new cases won't be that much different. Also, some companies just won't play nice with me. So let's get started. Now, number 10 should have gone to the OtterBox Pursuit, but OtterBox isn't making the Pursuit for the iPhone 11s, which is incredibly disappointing because they redesigned the Pursuit for the iPhone XS's and it was just so awesome. So now number 10 goes to the Ghostek Atomic Slim 3. The pros for this product is that it has a metal frame, it's very unique in terms of its design, and it's tough as nails. The cons is that it just doesn't handle quite as well as every other case on this list. And the metal bumper will show wear and tear a little quicker as well. The Ghostek Atomic Slim is an evolution of the old Atomics, which were waterproof cases that had an aluminum bumper, which are pretty cool. Those were just absolute tanks in terms of waterproof cases. Now the Atomic Slim 3 is an update of the Slim 2, which was already a tank, but Ghostek has added another layer of impact foam called R7X, which when I read it made me miss the RX7 from Mazda. But this stuff is supposed to be good up to 50 feet. Now Ghostek has updated a ton of their cases, which I haven't seen yet, so I'll test the 50-foot drop protection then. But as of right now, here's a 6-foot drop with a brand new iPhone 11 Pro Max, and as I said before, the wear and tear, depending on where you drop it, the metal bumper might get scuffed up a little bit. The Ghostek Atomic 3 sets itself apart in terms of design, as Ghostek has done a great job fusing clear polycarbonate, TPU, and aluminum together. The edges of the case are high enough to keep the screen off a flat surface, and Ghostek has added a strip of TPU along the side, which helps with the handling of the product. My only gripe is that the buttons aren't as responsive as the other cases in this list. Number 9 goes to the Spigen Tough Armor. Pros for this product is that it's, well, affordable, and it handles well, and it's a very known quantity in terms of cases. The cons is that it's a little boring, I'll say, mostly because it hasn't really changed over the last like 6 years. Now the Spigen Tough Armor should be on everyone's list as a go-to case if you don't know which one to get, or you just really don't care what the case looks like. I've been using Tough Armors for years across a variety of different devices, and they generally hold up very well. With the 2019 iPhone 11 version, Spigen has made a couple of small changes, with the most noticeable one being the addition of some of the impact absorbing foam on the back of the case. This foam will also help with some potential back scratching. Now make sure you get a darker colored case, as the coatings on certain colors may not handle as well. I'm talking about the soft rubber coating on the darker cases. Also, on the website, Spigen thinks that the Tough Armor has ergonomic grip. Also, this case is the only one on this list that has a kickstand that sits flush on the back of the case, so it's going to be perfect for you to binge watch HBO Max when it comes out. Number 8 goes to the Speck Presidio grip. Like the Tough Armor, this is a known quantity. The handling is very, very nice in this case, and there is, I will say, a unique design element to it. The cons is that 10 feet's overstated, don't drop it face first, and there will be certain wear and tear issues with this product. The Speck Presidio grip is the second best handling case on this list. The first one is the Loopy case. The case will suffer slightly higher wear and tear issues, as the rubber nubs may rub off over time. No, these rubber ridges aren't glued to the case. It's actually part of the TPU that gets injected from the inside of the case, and so they're honestly not as wussy as most people make them out to be. The Speck Presidio grip isn't bulky, and your iPhone will feel very solid in it. The front edge of the case is nice, that the TPU does add to the handling of the iPhone. Now this case is one of those products that's going to be very good for the iPhone 11 because the iPhone 11 is just that much thicker than the Pros and the Pros Maxes. Now the added thickness on the iPhone 11 is surprisingly noticeable between these two different phone sizes. Now if you're thinking that other Speck cases are going to be good, well, you're going to be mistaken, because the Speck Presidio Ultra, a tough case, is outright terrible. Number 7 goes to the Urban Armor Gear Monarch. The pros is that it's a very unique, fancy looking case. There is a lot of texture to this product. The cons is that it's a little thicker and the edges are incredibly noticeable on this product. The Urban Armor Gear Monarch is on this list because, like the Speck Presidio grip, well, it handles very well, but the Monarch isn't as grippy as the Speck Presidio grip. And like most Urban Armor Gear products, there's a lot of attitude to the Monarch, so it gives your iPhone a little different look, I'll say. My biggest issue with the Urban Armor Gear Monarch are the edges. The heavily rounded edges are annoying to use. They get in the way, and this is a pain point because most of the newer cases nowadays go with a tapered edge, and that tapered angle improves the gesturing aspect of your iPhone. Now, I'm glad that Urban Armor Gear has moved away from using actual metal screws in the case, as they were kind of loose in the older versions and you could kind of hear them rattle. Now, if you've bought an iPhone 11, not the Pros or the Pro Max, this Urban Armor Gear Monarch, I would say, sits lower on this list because of the thicker edges. Thicker iPhones, noticeable edges, those are kind of two things that do not go well together. Number 6 goes to the Moshi Altra. The pros is that the back is uniquely designed. There's just so much texture on these cases, and the wrist strap accent is nice. The cons is that the edges are mildly slick. The Moshi Altra is a very unique case. There's just so much texture on the back of this case, and it's hard to find a tough mixed material case that isn't boring leather or just boring carbon fiber. The edge of the Moshi Altra has a bit of TPU on the front, which helps with the handling of the device, but the polycarbonate edge is quite slick. Now, all the slickness is offset by the texture on the back of the case. The rubber, the cloth, it's just all very, very nice, and none of that actually really matters if you decide to use the wrist strap that comes with the product. Now, the wrist strap is quite bulky, but you can remove it from the case if you don't want to use it. The Moshi Altra is also drop rated in mil standard A10G, and the edges of the case are high enough to keep your device with a screen protector off a flat surface. Again, if you kind of know which phone case you're going to get, do check out the pinned comment for the discount codes to see if I was able to secure any of them for you, and if not, then use my Amazon links to go to Amazon to buy them, because that's pretty much the only way I get paid. Number 5 goes to the Pitaka Mag Case Pro. This is a very unique looking case. There's a carbon fiber back, which is kind of nice, despite the fact that I just ragged on, carbon fiber cases from the previous version. And there are a lot of unique accessories. Those are the pros. Now, when it comes to the cons, it's just not as sleek as other cases. Your iPhone's very, very smooth looking. The Pitaka Mag Case Pro is not a smooth looking case. Now, from a handling perspective, the Pitaka Mag Case Pro handles almost as good as the Speck Presidio grip. The main reason why it scores higher than the Speck Presidio grip is the fact that there are magnets on the Pitaka Mag Case Pro that allows you to use it with Qi chargers as well as other magnetic car mounts. The Pitaka Mag Case Pro has a carbon fiber back, which improves the look of the case, and I will say that the back is raised so it will not show wear and tear as easily as other carbon fiber cases. Now, the inside of this product has a bit of foam, which will also improve the drop protection of the iPhone's glass back as well as minimize scratching. Now, I've used a similar carbon fiber product from SCF, Simple Carbon Fiber, and honestly, Simple Carbon Fiber class, the Alcatraz one that I have, doesn't even come close to this Pitaka Mag Case Pro. Both these cases are priced at a premium level, but the Pitaka case is just so much better. Better designed, it's tougher, and the edges just aren't as terrible. Like, it's hard for me to take SCF seriously when they have products like this that cost $60. Number 4 goes to the Loopy case, and pros, well, this is the best handling case ever, period. Full stop. It maximizes the functionality of your iPhone, and it just stops it from falling. It stops the drop. Now, the cons is that, well, your iPhone ends up having a hump, and the wear and tear on the edges of the case do show up after time. Now, hands down, the Loopy case is the most useful case I've ever used. Now, it boggles my mind that they are not more popular because they are just way better than a pop socket or Autopop. The Loopy case is just easier to use than most Ring products as well as cloth loops. So my entire family will only use Loopy cases. Think about that. I've got hundreds of cases for them to choose from, and they always default to the case that gives their iPhone a little hump. The Loopy case will work with most Qi chargers if you kind of mash it down a bit. My only gripe with this product is it does not work well with car mounts. Not with all the ones that I have, and I've still got a lot of car mounts. Loopy has improved the buttons over the years, and there are two versions of the case, the normal Loopy and the Loopy Max, which is drop rated 6 feet. So even the clumsiest person is going to have their iPhone protected whether their finger is in the loop or not. If you are going with the iPhone 11, the Loopy case should be at the top of your list, in my opinion. And they also have this leopard skin print now. Rawr. Number 3 goes to the Catalyst Impact Protection. Pros is that it's tough. Another pro is that it's very thin, and the buttons on this product, they feel really nice, and the rotary switch is just awesome. The cons is that this is a very wide case, so if you've got the iPhone 11, it will make it feel even bigger, and the back will scratch because it's clear, and the case edge, if you use it long enough, will get dirty over time. Now, this product is one of the very few cases that I feel comfortable dropping my $1,000 iPhone from 10 feet consistently. The catalyst impact protection looks like it would handle like a wet bar of soap, but it actually doesn't. I don't know what they used in the case edge, but it just works. I love the buttons on the case, especially the rotary switch. The back, as I said, will scratch a little easier because it isn't raised as much, but that's just me being very, very picky with this product. Again, this is number 3. Now, I do have to point out that between number 1 and number 10, the difference in terms of my scores is only 0.2 A's out of 5, so there isn't a really big spread. So in order for me to kind of differentiate between all the different cases, I kind of have to be a dink. Also, you can attach a wrist strap to that case. Also, if you're looking for a AirPods case that doesn't look like it's from a cartoon, do check out their waterproof one and shockproof one. Last thing I will note is the case edges. Some of them get kind of grody over time, but this is a shot of my friend's catalyst impact protection, and I think it's been 2 years of day-to-day use, so kind of expected. Number 2 goes to the Rhino Shield Mod NX and Solid Suit. The pros with this set of products is that there's a lot of different finishes and customization options. If you like to dress things up, well, you should get all these cases so you could dress your iPhone up. It's a premium looking case. There's premium materials. The buttons are removable, which makes them amazing. The cons is that it's a little slicker than other cases, and it's a little thicker than the average case. Now, when it comes to ranking iPhone cases, my general line of thought is this: average scores go to cases that just cover your iPhone and make your iPhone mildly annoying to use every once in a while. Above average cases are the ones that allow you to use your iPhone kind of as is, offers a bit of protection, doesn't get in the way. Now, the best cases are the ones that don't get in the way, and they just allow you to take your iPhone even further. So the last 2 cases in this top 10 video list kind of fall into that category. The biggest benefit of the Rhino Shield lineup of cases is the ability to customize the look of them. For example, with the Rhino Shield Solid Suit, you can get a black leather version and add red or white buttons, or yellow buttons, or blue buttons, or green buttons. My go-to case for the older iPhones was this gray microfiber cloth case with yellow buttons. I just love the look of it, and I love the feel of it. For the iPhone 11, Rhino Shield has included a classic black case, which I haven't used before, and the back of the case literally feels like a piece of rubber, but it's so great in terms of handling. So that was the Solid Suit. Onto the Mod NX. Now, if you're leaning towards the Mod NX, well, the sky's the limit in terms of color combinations. If you want to make your iPhone 11 Pro stand out without resorting to, glittery cases, then go with the Mod NX. Now, I will note that this is the only case on this list that allows you to custom print things on the back of the clear panel of the Mod NX, as well as certain parts of the Solid Suit. Now, Rhino Shield products are tough as nails, as the case will protect from a multitude of drops, and their plastic impact protection screen protector can take a crazy amount of punishment. Now, I do have to note that their impact protection screen protector is plastic. It's not glass. So if you want to know what the toughest glass screen protector is, do check out my top 5 video for glass screen protectors. If customizing the look of your iPhone is important, do check out their newly released Apple Watch cases, which are just as nice to use and add even more flair to your Apple device setup. And the number 1 case, you already know, is the Mouse Limitless 3.0 as well as the Mouse Clarity. The pros for these products is that they're very tough, they all handle very well, there's amazing screen access, and with the Limitless 3.0 you get access to modular accessories. The cons is that the corners on these cases are mildly larger than the average case. The Mouse Limitless 3.0 is a well-made, smartly designed, tough case. If you've been around with us long enough, you'll know that we didn't have too much success with the first round of mouse cases, but the redesigned 2.0 was spectacular. The 3.0 version is even better. But I do have to point out that the Limitless 3.0 version, this is only for the iPhone 11. It's not going to work with anything older. I'm sorry. The Mouse Limitless in general can take a beating. In my review of the 2.0, we took it through a gauntlet of drops ranging from 4 feet to 13 feet, and I still had a working iPhone. With this 3.0, well, I'm going to guess that the sky's the limit. Now, on top of being incredibly tough, the new Limitless has an updated auto align system, which is called Auto Align Plus, that uses directional magnets to ensure a better connection with its accessories and to eliminate any sort of interference with the iPhone. It's hard to tell in a video, but the magnets are noticeably stronger on the outside of the case than it is on the inside, which is neat. Now, as I said earlier, my scoring system rewards companies who allow us to take our iPhones further. When it comes to modular accessories, the standout one for me anyways is the Flip Wallet. It attaches seamlessly seamlessly with the case, and this newer version doesn't have the card slot that I loved on the outside. I love it now on the inside of the case. The texture on the edge of the case has been upgraded, which is a nice addition, and every iPhone 11 case that we've seen from Mouse now also includes space to store extra SIM cards. If you're looking for a clear case, check out the Mouse Clarity. The case isn't as tough as the Mouse Limitless, but that won't matter unless you're tossing your iPhone like a frisbee, and if you're tossing your iPhone like a frisbee, you're either drunk or you've got a lot of disposable income. What stands out for me is that the rigid clear case doesn't actually scratch easily. Mouse has put this coating on the case that is just absolutely top notch, and it also improves the handling of the product. Mouse has also released the Mouse Contour, which is a sleeker, slimmer case that doesn't have the Auto Align Plus system. Now I'm going to be putting the screws to the Contour in the coming weeks, so do stay tuned for that review. So that's all I got for this video. Questions, comments, leave them down there. If there's a case that you think I should have checked out, I might have already, but it just didn't make it into the top 10 list. But again, ask me anything down there in the comment section related to iPhone cases, and I'll probably get back to you sometime. First time watching one of my videos, I do encourage you to click subscribe. Going to be cranking out the iPhone 11 top 10 lists, minimalist case, waterproof cases, all those good things. That's kind of all I got. And we're done for the third time. First time that whatever the card was just like wouldn't record the video properly. The second time I couldn't frame myself properly. You can kind of see this light. That's annoying. So I might just crop that out somehow. That's just very, very annoying. Very, very, I don't believe that's there right now. Almost 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. It is just been a grind to get this video out. I spilled beer on my laptop. It just got knocked over on my laptop, so I'm using somebody else's to finish this video. Like, it's just been... Anyways. Go!